life wants to move, and now more than ever. We are learning to be held by something deeper than our own survival mechanism. We are learning to feel safe through anchoring into something deeper than what we have previously known. The time is now, and you feel it and you sense it. I want to share with you 3 themes that I really see kind of energetically unraveling with this month to support you in whatever you are navigating. And my intention is really to empower you in trusting what you sense, not what the mind is trying to control or make perfect or know or have it figured out. Really what you sense on a deeper level that is wanting to be birthed. I am Alexandra, welcome to my channel. I am so happy you're here. So let's get started. Becoming someone new. There is a bigger context that is currently unfolding through the sign of Aries. Aries being the sign of identity, desire, impulses, will, life force. And with the Saturn-Neptune conjunction that we've had in February, it means that it is our very sense of self, our sense of identity, our sense of who we are, that is being dissolved, restructured, dismantled, shifting. What's happening when your sense of self is shifting, the self, the ego likes predictability. It likes the familiar, the safe, the known. And there's always this threshold because this edge, we are standing beyond that which we know is the unknown. And quote unquote, it feels unsafe, unfamiliar. And so that's why change and transformation is so difficult, because we always want to stay where we know, to survive essentially on this really fundamental ego structure. Being in this in-between is kind of highly unstable, your sense of what you know and your marks and your habits, what you are used to is kind of getting blurred, and you are being asked to root down, new anchor into something that you cannot fully grasp yet. And so I really want to kind of give it voice and acknowledge it, because it's not an easy process. And that's why the excitement comes, with fear and discomfort. And so what I really want to emphasize is that we are here to fully harness this energy for a bigger transformation and evolutionary process. And I want to invite you, whatever you're sensing right now, to lean into the discomfort rather than reverting back into that which you've known in the past and made you feel safe, whether it is the coping mechanism or the distraction or the way you've been relating with certain people, even this, like the way we relate to ourselves directly impact the way we relate with other people. So you may be kind of dancing between, I'm realizing that the way I've been relating with those people is actually very strongly tied to a past survival mechanism. It's not who I am. You may feel this sense of, I need to lean back from certain relational dynamics because it's not in alignment, it's not congruent with who I truly am. You may even, feel the pull to spend more time kind of alone and really focus on your own energy, your own truth, your own commitment to that which is meaningful to you. If people ask you and kind of try to pull you back into the past, into the old, into the limitation, into the survival, into that which was, it is your responsibility to anchor into that which you sense, but still doesn't fully feel kind of, safe. I also want to normalize the fact that you may feel patterns of self-doubt or anxiety or even overwhelm. It's like there's a lot of new energy that wants to come through. But can you kind of stay in the observer mode and simply acknowledge that this is what you feel, or there is this fear, there is this anxiety. Hold yourself, stay with yourself. Don't try to suppress it and pretend that everything is fine. It is a highly potent window that we are in. What is wanting to be birthed need to pass through and beyond the conscious mind, the control mechanism of the mind. And for that to happen, it is very important to slow down, to not rush, even though you may be tempted to have all this restlessness, right? To kind of grasp all of this energy, to really slow down and to ground, to put your feet on the earth, to touch your body, to breathe, to really come into a place that is more open and inviting for that life to move. The second theme is action over perfection. What's really important to grasp is that life wants to move, and now more than ever. And so it is very important that you enter into a kind of relationship with that. And the way you enter into a relationship is that you start actually taking action. You confront the fears to do something even when you're unsure, even when you don't know. To just embrace the fact that it will be imperfect. That it will be, maybe messy and kind of, but that's okay. The most important thing is that you do whatever you really feel like you want to do. Because the more you stay in the mind, in the kind of over-mentalization of it all, the more you end up in further disconnect. It's like an exhale and an inhale, it's always moving. Life is always in this flux, changing. And how can we really yield into the natural unfolding of life? Take action, whatever it is that you've been having on your mind, you've been resisting doing, you've been buying into the fear of, what people may think, and is it weird, is it gonna work, and all of these stories. Allow yourself to notice the story and just putting down for a moment. And just jump. This image is really of that trust into life. It's like you are jumping off a cliff and you trust that you will be held, that you will be carried. You're jumping into the unknown. We are learning to be held by something deeper than our own survival mechanism. We are learning to feel safe through anchoring into something deeper than what we have previously known. So do the thing. And the third theme is in relation to that, to trust life, to embrace fear. And this is when the self-leadership really comes into play. Because it's not about pretending that the fear doesn't exist. The fear is normal. It's okay to feel afraid, to feel anxious, to feel like all of this, can I do this? Can I trust this? But the self-leadership of Aries, so I want to share the 3 evolutionary stages of the sign of Aries, the archetype of Aries. In the first stage, there is this sense of immaturity, this restlessness, this I am just kind of coming into form, into this life, and I'm just doing all the things, but it really doesn't have any awareness. That's when, you know, the very strong rooted selfishness that people talk about with Aries is kind of really felt. The second stage is actually a slow maturation process, and that's what will be slowly and gradually unfolding over the next months. The more you do, you act, you let your impulses and your will direct your action, the more you start to have feedback and get to really understand on a deeper level, okay, this works, this doesn't work. As Saturn is because Saturn is moving faster than Neptune. So this is really slowly starting to take responsibility. That maturation unfolding, that growing sense of the child slowly growing, right? And the third stage is really this self-leadership. Now you come into a greater place of mastery. You have learned to lean into, embrace and harness this life force, right? It's not being in resistance with life, it's moving with it, but it's doing it in a way that is intentional, that is responsible. This is intentional self-leadership. And the self-leadership of Aries, what's really interesting, it's not leading others, it's the leadership of self. And that's what comes when you embrace fear, when you move with fear, when you lean into the fear. And you slowly kind of learn to really come into this place of mastery, of living in a relationship with life. So know that right now, many of us are in those first kind of stages of I just need to do the thing. I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't know how it's going to turn up. I don't know how people are going to respond. I just need to be in my thing. Follow my path. And trust that the more I take the steps, I take the action, it's building. Something is building. I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm maturing, I'm understanding. So to wrap up, if I can leave you really with one thing. In April, don't get into your head. Move, breathe, dance, create, play. You got this.